their lives. Our daughter Helen joins Tom in creating a separate path and an independent existence. That reminds me, Helen, if you haven't returned Mom's credit card, this would be a good time. As mother and father of the bride, Tracy and I thank you all for traveling to be a part of the celebration of Helen and Tom's happy union and the equally happy alignment between our family and the Gallen family. Woo! I have an inkling of what it might mean to the bride and groom that all of you have traveled here and spent your precious time and your scarce gasoline to be here with them and to witness their marriage. As I listened to Helen and Tom exchange those lovely and touching vows upstairs, I couldn't help but reflect upon Tracy and my own marriage 33 years ago. Or if you looked at the pictures out in the reception area, you can see that we were married just as the hippie era ended and the disco era was beginning. So our wedding was not so elegant or classical as the one you're part of today. We wrote some simple vows and we spoke them, and then we looked out over all the people, friends and family that had gathered and dedicated their time to travel there and be there with us and to witness our wedding. The most powerful and abiding feeling that I have from that hectic and joyous day was that all those people had come. They didn't come to Wingsburg for the 95-degree heat, and they didn't come for Grandma's ham biscuits at the reception, but they came to witness our commitment to one another. I'm sure that Helen and Tom feel similarly today, and we thank you all for being here. A wedding day could be seen as a melancholy or worrisome one for the father of the bride, yet I share Helen and Tom's excitement and joy and nothing but confidence in the success of their marriage. I know from experience and observation that they're both remarkable, resilient people and well suited for one another. I have many memories of Helen growing up, and I want to share a couple of them with you. Helen was an independent and capable child in many ways. When I taught my sister to ride a bicycle, I had to run alongside of her what seemed like miles, holding it up and reassuring her. And when Helen reached that age and got on the two-wheeler, I sensed that when the bike started to roll, that she was in control. It was hard for me, but I let go and she pedaled off on her own. When Helen started, before she started graduate school in social work, she needed experience. And she sought out a job, and she found one at a children's mental hospital. Now, some of these children were teens who had 6 inches on her, or 60 or more pounds, and I was worried about her safety. I told her about that, but she said, "Dad, I know how to handle myself." And then she executed a little deft move and dropped me to the floor. Helen's a person who can set goals and make a plan and work at it until she gets what she wants. In getting to know Tom, Tracy and I have discovered similar qualities in him. Tom stayed with us for several weeks when he was doing an internship at Emory, and Helen was still in New Orleans. And I wondered, well, what would we talk about all those evenings, given the differences in our ages and backgrounds and so forth? But we soon learned that Tom was interested in everything and had no trouble talking about it. Our dinner conversations were always energized. You may know that Tom likes to debate a point. Over a meal, he would raise an issue like the fairness of the Internal Revenue Code and give us his views. And we'd give him the correct views. But then he'd come back the next night and say, "You know, I was doing some research on the internet. Here's another point." And with that kind of resilience, we think he'll be able to hold his own with Helen. In fact, I think the beautiful bride and the handsome groom are perfectly suited. And I'd like to start these festivities off, and everybody would pick up their glasses and I'll offer a toast. I did a bit of internet research myself and discovered that when it comes to toast, the Irish are the masters.
Hear, hear.
Just like Tom's forebears. I suppose that's because they're good with words, or they like an excuse to have a drink. But here's the toast I chose. May brooks and trees and singing hills join in the chorus too, and every gentle wind that blows bring happiness to you.
Cheers.
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 I can't do both.